Listen, I'm doing better after seeing y'all and after seeing this film. Congratulations to you on your debut. I would have never known, honey, you were doing it like a professional, like a veteran.
Yeah. I'm trying.
So this is a film, I feel, that is like a hoodoo, sexy musical version that centers around a generational curse, right? Do you believe in generational curses?
Ooh. I love you.
I love you black.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely believe in generational curses. And what I love about this film is the way that Ryan is honestly subverting a lot of those themes and a lot of those conversations, right? Like you talk about setting something in the Jim Crow era, right? You talk about sharecroppers and you talk about what the horrors are of that time, right? But the horror that he brings in is of another world. It's of another element. And so just kind of exploring those themes, but not in the most traditional way, right? Is the genius and brilliance that is Ryan Coogler in creating this film, for sure.
Baggage, generational baggage. I don't think it's a curse that you can't, you need some sort of intervention to break it. But other than your own personal development and searching and spirituality and connectedness. But yes, I do believe. I think it's on a cellular level.
For you, Delroy, how liberating was it for you? Because we see you do so many serious roles over the decades, and you got to be a little comical in this genre, in this horror genre. How liberating was that for you?
One of the moments that my colleague here keeps. He keeps harping on that. All I was trying to do in that moment was get right with myself to let them know I'm not that. I don't want to give it away. I'm not who you think I could be based on how I'm responding. I'm trying to get myself situated to say, nah.
I got some other stuff going.
I'm cool. I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay, you're funny. You got jokes. I also wanted to talk to you guys about the fact that the blues is an amalgamation of so many other different genres of music. Irish folk music, for example, that's a form of the blues. What is your relationship with the blues coming out on the other side of this project? Because I'm sure it was one way coming in, but it's a completely different thing coming out.
Yes.
I obviously have listened to the blues, but I was not very familiar with much of the genre, except now that we've filmed this movie, I have developed a new love for it and a deeper appreciation for it, especially watching Ludwig work with us and listening to Miles sing, and it has been really nice.
You know, I think that music is arguably the most powerful art form, and in that, the blues is a combination of pain and expression. And there wasn't much change before and after the film, except for the appreciation that somebody was able to make it so clear what the blues was, and transformed into all over the world. And I really credit Ryan for that, because Southern American blues music is the foundation of all popular music that people enjoy, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you should just explain when you said there wasn't much of a change. It's because of how you.
There wasn't much of a change because I actually grew up the grandson of a sharecropper from Mississippi, whose son, which is my father, listened to blues music incessantly. So I listened to a lot of blues music growing up. A lot of all of the name dudes, and read the mythology about Robert Johnson selling his soul and to be the greatest guitarist and musician of all time. And to see that played out was a beautiful thing visually. And Sinners there's really a musical element that's undeniable, that's its own character in this film.
Yeah.
I listened to blues, as a consumer, right, prior to this film. And now I'd like to believe I have a much stronger appreciation for the history, the tradition, the scope of the music. And I keep thinking that the blues music, to the extent that it has gained a worldwide, it has a worldwide footprint, and it's very, very similar to hip-hop in as much as that also has established a worldwide international footprint, which is an extension of black culture in general, and the fact that we do what we do and we spread our footprints internationally. And blues comes right out of that tradition.
Out the mud.
Out the mud, Jim.
Come out the mud.
Yeah.
I tell
Yeah,
you,
yeah. So I come from a musical family, so I grew up with all different types of music in my household. But for this project specifically, I got a great opportunity to take a deep dive into the blues and really, study some of the greats that came before. And I realized that, with this project and with the blues specifically, blues has kind of birthed so many other different genres, and that's something that you'll also see throughout the film and how that's incorporated. So I listened to people like Son House and Buddy Guy to kind of draw influence from.
I felt like a strong connection with traditional Irish music for a long time. Like I was Irish dancing as a whippersnapper, so it's always been a part of my life. And then to study it more and understand it just of my own accord, the older I've got, has only really strengthened that connection. But also with blues music as well, and a big, massive fan of music. And to be a fan of music, I think it's important to understand blues' influence on the whole. It's responsible for so many different genres of music. So to continue that education through making this film was wildly thrilling.
yeah, this film is very educational in that respect as far as the music is concerned, and that's one of the things that I love. Jamie, how freeing was it for you to be able to just be authentically sexy and do the blues and have that whole juke joint moment?
Yeah, freeing is definitely the word. I found a level of freedom in this character. And this movie that I've been craving, honestly, and in that performance, right? Because I got to hear the song, like a reference track for the song, maybe 2 days after the table read, something like that, in which they had Brittany Howard singing the reference, and I looked at the room. I said, "Am I who you want to do? Are we sure that this is what you want?
You want me to be Alabama Shakes? Okay.
Right? Like, because there's that yes, I love the Alabama Shakes actually. And I was like, I don't know that I can do this, and the level of confidence that Ludwig and Serena and Ryan really had in me just helped me to step up to the plate and actually let go and find a home for my voice that my voice has been trying to find for a long time. So I'm truly grateful for that.
Well, let me tell you something. Y'all didn't have to go far to find your voice in this movie because each and every one of y'all killed it. What I loved about your two characters. Usually in a horror genre or in any genre where the cast is male heavy, the women are damsels in distress. Y'all were strong, y'all were sexy, you were viable, and I love that for you. How freeing and liberating was it for you to be able to inhabit those types of characters, especially in the horror genre?
Sure. I loved the way that these women were written. We were given an opportunity to go in and make our presence known and our voices heard, and that is in the world of every genre this movie falls under. It breaks through the loudness of all the issues that are at stake, the music, everything. These two women, this one especially, really holds it down for everyone. But I love that about these characters. I love that Mary is a very strong and powerful and confident woman, though very vulnerable. They are still understanding how to sort of move through the world with their grief and with loss and being faced with all of these conflicts right in front of them and in real time. There's a beautiful balance throughout this movie of all of that confidence and vulnerability.
Tell you what didn't come out of the mud, y'all's performances. Thank you
Thank
so much.
God bless you.
Thank you
Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you.